sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
Hester going to decide against a return, and they will spot this at the 25. You see the AFC defense heading back out there. First and 10, it's Favre. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Charles, you know, it was in the early 1960s that a young John Madden made the acquaintance of the owner of the Oakland Raiders, one Al Davis, of course. And the two, they really bonded, would become one of the best owner-coach duos in NFL history. And to take it a step further, Al Davis became someone who John referred to as his best friend.
Yeah, 1967, Brandon. Al Davis hired Coach Madden to be a linebackers coach. Remember, this was still the AFL at that point. We had not merged totally with the NFL. And Coach Madden, he paid dividends almost immediately. Helped the Raiders win the AFL title in 1968. And that meant a date with the Green Bay Packers in what was now known as Super Bowl II. But by 1969, at the age of 32, just 32, Brandon, John Madden assumed the mantle of head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And what a ride he, the Raiders, and the NFL were about to go on.
Now the AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be at the controls. And boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy. He's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady, who turned 45 back on August 3rd, because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
They show run with three tight ends here on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a special tribute to the man fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The AFC offense heading back out. You know, Charles, Coach really loved to utilize his tight ends in the passing game. You think about Dave Casper, Hall of Famer for those great Raider teams. And I think he saw a lot of Dave Casper in an all-Madden staple, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez is the type of tight end I think everyone's looking for. He's a guy that can make some big plays from that tight end position. Let me tell you, you better make sure you have him accounted for on every play.
And that's exactly right, because Dave Casper, he could shred defenses down the middle of the field. And that's exactly what Tony Gonzalez did in his entire career. A 14-time Pro Bowl selection. Only Tom Brady has more.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now Brady. He'll set up the screen to Marcus Allen. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. A run right side, it's Bettis. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42. He had just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember, he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers. And he did with that big personality that he had, one that connected with everyone.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on and called 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information. And the way that those two paired together, Pat Summerall, short, concise, to the point, and turned it over to Coach Madden to fill in all the big details.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and that will keep the lead at 8. Thought that might be the goose egg breaker. Still stuck on 0.
Yeah, this is still a tight game, too. We got to keep that in mind because that miss there, you hang your head, you let it affect you the next time you go out there, then you really hurt your ball club. Get yourself together. You might get another opportunity, and they're going to count on you to put it through the post.
70 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the AFC with the lead and the football as we begin the 4th quarter. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
As you mentioned, CD, talking about John Madden, the broadcaster, he called 8 Super Bowls with Pat Summerall, 3 more with Al Michaels later in his career. He spent nearly 3 decades in the booth all told. And not only was he beloved for his mannerisms, we know that, but he was an innovator as well.
Yeah, Brandon, you're talking about things like the telestrator, which totally became identified with him, and now it's a staple for all analysts to have in the booth. And then you think about things like turducken on Thanksgiving, when he used words like boom and pow. He helped create the old Madden team. He was a very popular commercial pitch man. And even the Madden Cruiser was unique, and you had to be someone to get a ride on it, too.
This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run with Allen. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Marcus Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is in to make it 16-0. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
And Hester content to hold on to this one and bring it out to the 25. Now, the NFC offense coming out here. And you know, Charles, Coach Madden always said that if he had one drive to win a game and he had to pick a quarterback, he would pick Kenny Stabler. But I think if you asked him to omit any of his Raiders players, there's a good chance the guy he'd select would be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre is always smiling. He's always laughing. He's always talking to someone. He remembers that it's a game. And if it's a game, you should have fun.
And Brandon, that always reminds me of a great movie line where one of the players was telling a coach, every time I say it's a game, you say it's a business. And every time I say it's a business, you say it's a game. With Coach, it was always a game.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
So 2 minutes to play in the John Madden Legacy game. The AFC trying to finish this one off. We're back to Oakland after this.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
To throw is Favre.
Got a man, it's Jerry Rice.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And they go play action with Favre. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game. But it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Favre.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. On 1st down, Favre. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Favre. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Favre on 2nd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And I think the AFC came up with that. They did. AFC football.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, this has certainly been special. And, Charles, as we wind down toward the end of this John Madden Legacy game, your final thoughts?
Well, let's face it, partner, it's going to be hard to overestimate the impact that he made, not just on the sport of football, but on his family, friends, players, co-workers, and in the lives of millions of Americans who watched him. There will never be another John Madden.
Brady going to look to throw out to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. A fight for it, and this is...
So it's a win here for the AFC on an incredible afternoon of football and remembering the life of John Madden. Before we go, one final message. And for all of us at EA Sports, this one's for you, Coach.
I just say this, I thank you all very much. This has been the sweetest ride of them all.